In gang stalking, the subconsciously accepted reality will always be the truth. Regardless of what else everyone says, regardless of the target being accused of having schizophrenia, the truth will always be what the target subconsciously agrees that the truth is, which is exactly why the truth becomes something so malleable, something that can be easily changed and turned into a lie. So the reality that the target experiences is the truth for the target, regardless of what anyone else around him or her says or does. So everything that I lived or that you lived, if you're a target, that is the truth. And your subconscious mind will record that as being the truth for that point in time. This is what makes gang stalking a topic of such how do you say, of such a point of discussion where the person can be considered by everyone else as crazy, as insane. However, the truth of gang stalking to the target at that point in time was the truth, and regardless of what other information can come up in the future, the experience of the target will remain the same and nothing else will change that, because at that point in time, what was the truth of the target at that point in time will continue to be the truth. So if you're a target, just know that for you, what you lived was the truth. And regardless of what anyone says, you are not going to be able to change that, because now those experiences are part of the past. What is the past? A recollection of memories of experiences, because the only thing that exists is the now. Your past is literally just made up of memories. And can you change the memories? No. The only thing that you can do is remember something else or not think about the past. However, in gang stalking, the truth will never change, and the truth is what you agreed that what was your reality at that point in time. So your interpretation of what you felt that people meant, that was the truth because you subconsciously agreed to it. So what the subconscious truth is can change, just like how you can change the meaning of or the interpretation of the word lose, L-O-S-E, or loose, L-O-O-S-E. However, the past, you cannot change it because those are memories that are ingrained in your subconscious mind. So that is the truth about gang stalking, is that regardless of how people see you, regardless of if what you believed was the same reality that everyone lived, to your mind, having the same reality that everyone else had doesn't matter. What matters is your own perception of your reality. So if you are a target, what you have to do is you have to rewrite your interpretation of what's going on around you. So my name is Efren, and I was gang stalked for 7 years. I engaged in substance abuse. I don't any longer, and I plan on never doing that again. Why? It doesn't matter. I don't care. What matters, however, is that the reality that I lived was the truth for me, and I would not change a thing, because it is because of that I can bring you the gang stalking playbook. And this channel is pretty much a guide, a journal of experiences that I lived, where gang stalking to me was, it changed the route that I was living drastically. But it brought me a lot of knowledge on the mind, how it works, and how the interpretation of what is around you can actually dictate what reality you are living. So do I believe that I'm crazy? No. What I do believe, however, is that I lived some crazy experiences. Some crazy experiences that were fueled by many people that were participants in it. I don't have any type of hate or resentment. No, that's not important. The important part is that the lesson here, other than do not engage in substance abuse, just don't. Unless it is like a controlled environment, like if you're at a hospital or if you're doing like an ayahuasca retreat or whatever. But let me tell you, I already had so many experiences where I was subconsciously exposed to everyone around me, and I was giving permissions left and right to pretty much everyone to dictate what I believe subconsciously, that it made of me a complete disaster. However, that is not important anymore. The important is that if you're getting gang stalked, your perception of reality is the truth, and that is not going to change. You have to address the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is who they are. When I didn't realize how much the people that I psychologically tied with had what type of impact they had on what I thought of myself. You know, people say that the 5 closest people to you are that you're the average of the 5 closest people. But you know, what do people mean by closest? I am gonna go out on a limb and rewrite that saying and just tell you that you are the average of the 5 closest people, of the 5 people that you think of the most. And by closest people I mean archetypes, personalities, the people that you think about consistently. And I believe that is ingrained for mankind's survival. So, well, I'm going to talk to you about that in my next video, about how is it that they have such an impact on your own behavior and why. And I know that is a safeguard built by nature in order to destroy those who were harming the tribe. And the thing is that now the world is so big and we are not tribal people anymore. We sort of are. We still are to a certain extent, but if you consider your tribe people who are antagonizing you, you are wired to destroy yourself for the survival of everyone in your tribe. Now, if you're enjoying my content, please subscribe and like. Know that this channel is in order to bring you psychological ideas, concepts, and experiences of my gang stalking. And also, I want to help those of you who are targets, who have been, to understand exactly what happened to you and why is it that your reality was so fundamentally changed. Additionally, because of the experiences that I had, I was able to understand a lot of concepts in psychology that I would have never understood otherwise, because these subconscious thoughts, experiences, permissions are something that we don't pay attention because we are so busy in our everyday life with dealing with surviving that we don't really pay attention to all of these other processes that are subconsciously happening all the time. So I would appreciate if you would please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if any of this information has helped you in any single way, shape, or form, or if it has entertained you. All right. So thank you so much for watching. And on my next video, I'm going to talk about mankind's safeguard of keeping the tribe alive. Thank you.